The coin market cap is used to summarize everything that is said in this movie. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my station to get more XRP news and news about cryptocurrencies in general. Look at this now. Jeremy Hogan, a lawyer, says that the SAC's case against Ripple is likely to be over in May. Here's why. There are different ideas among crypto lawyers about what the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is trying to do with its case against the payments company Ripple. Many high-profile cryptocurrency enforcement cases brought by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, this year have been thrown out. These include lawsuits against Coinbase, Kraken, and MetaMask, as well as probes into Robinhood and OpenSea. The idea put forward by lawyer James is that the SEC's mysterious delay in throwing out the Ripple case could be because the firm is talking hard to get the SEC to agree to overturn some or all of Judge Torres' decision. The New York-based payments business was sued by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, in late 2020 for selling XRP without being registered as a security. In 2023, District Judge Annalisa Torres made a decision that went against what the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, said, saying that Ripple's automatic and open market sales of XRP did not qualify as security offers. The judge did agree with the SEC, though, that Ripple's sales of XRP to institutional buyers were in fact offers to buy stocks. Jeremy Hogan, a crypto legal expert, agrees with Murphy's idea. He believes that the injunction in Torres' order is most likely what caused the delay in dismissing the lawsuit. The official said that the court had told Ripple it couldn't really sell things straight to customers. Even though there are ways to get around it, it seems likely that Ripple would rather have the order in the first place. The trouble is that once a court issues an injunction, the parties cannot just agree to ignore it. This is true even if the Securities and Exchange Commission is willing to work with them on this issue. There are a lot of men who have gotten into trouble with the law because they thought that because they were back with their girlfriend, they could ignore the restraining order. A restraining order is a type of injunction that says they can't be within 200 feet of someone. How exactly does one get rid of an injunction? I think the problem won't be solved until April or May because it's not the easiest thing to do. Not like any of these other situations, which have already been thrown out. In addition, Hogan talks about what he thinks Ripple should do to get the order lifted. The company Ripple will need to be very careful when writing its request because it is the only chance it has to get the injunction thrown out by the trial court. That takes time, and the Securities and Exchange Commission has to agree to it, which makes things even more complicated. All sides agree that their appeals should be thrown out once a deal is reached, and Ripple starts the process of filing its motion with the trial court. After that, it's up to the judge to make the motion, which could take a while. Since this is how I see it happening, I think it will happen in May. The requests may be turned down in April, though, since that's before Ripple's limited due date. James Murphy, who goes by the name Meta Lawman, is a lawyer who has shared his thoughts on the current XRP dispute. People in the cryptocurrency industry are eagerly waiting for a deal between the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and Ripple. This is especially true since the SEC dropped several high-profile cryptocurrency cases against Ripple. On the other hand, the problem is still not being fixed quickly. In a post that was shared on the X platform, Meta Lawman talked about how he felt about the SEC's long delay in responding to the complaint. He said that the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, might not be to blame for the delay, but rather IPPLA, which could be in tough talks with the SEC to get some or all of Judge Annalisa Torres' order thrown out. The judge's decision was good for people who owned XRP, but the lawyer made it clear that it was bad for Ripple. There's a chance that the coin company would lose if the court rules that the company broke securities laws and issues an injunction because of those violations. Because of this, Ripple might want to try to change the decision before agreeing to a settlement. Suits brought against the SEC are being looked at closely, added to the conversation about the holdup in the deal between Ripple and the SEC. If you disagree with Meta Lawman, Rispoli says that the SEC is to blame for the delay. It was made known to him that the acting chair Mark Wayeda, and the commissioner, Hester Pierce, might not want to change the $125 million fine that Ripple had been given. In the meantime, attorney Jeremy Hogan has said again that he thinks the payment will be put off. Hogan says that the issue between Ripple and the SEC is so complicated that he doesn't think a settlement will be made quickly. This was said even though the SEC recently decided to end the Tron lawsuit. He thought that the problem might not be fixed until at least March 14th. Following the SEC's move to put the Tron case on hold, there's been more talk about how the XRP lawsuit will turn out. In answer to the rising hopes, Hogan stressed that Ripple's case is still harder because of the court's previous decision. Along with this, Meta Lawman added to the support for his idea by saying that Ripple might be thinking about an IPO or an exempt securities offering in the future. He said that the Securities and Exchange Commission would have quickly agreed to a simple answer in which both sides would have dropped their appeals and Ripple would have paid the fine. Based on what he said, it seems like Ripple is trying to negotiate for a better result. SEC's cryptocurrency lawsuits and the prospects for XRP, the Securities and Exchange Commission. SEC has recently ended a number of long-running cryptocurrency lawsuits. There are no longer any cases involving Coinbase, Robinhood, OpenSea, or Uniswap because the agency is now run by the government of President Donald Trump. The founder of the Tron Foundation, Justin Sun, was being charged with civil theft, but the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, recently stopped the case. Even though everyone is excited about the upcoming settlement of an XRP case, lawyers like Hogan and Meta Lawman stress that there are still big problems to solve. An agreement that was made before is still being questioned because of Judge Annalisa Torres's decision and the harsh punishment she gave Ripple. John Reed Stark, who used to work for the SEC, has raised concerns about what the SEC has been doing lately. Although he agrees that these changes to regulations are a good thing, he also thinks that they could mean the end of the agency. As the case goes on, people who are interested in cryptocurrencies are still waiting to hear if there is an answer. Recent moves by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, to stop investigations into well-known cryptocurrency companies like Coinbase and Uniswap have given people hope that the XRP case may be getting closer to an end.